folks, I'm Brooke Morales, and a year ago I was on here to share with you a new project I had begun, which was to paint the sky every single day throughout 2023. Now, I did this and I just finished it today, so I'm super excited, but I wanted to rewind and show you a little bit more about this project and recap with you what I learned from it in terms of what I would do again and what I would not do again. So, first of all, a little bit of context. Each day, I woke up and would paint the sky. Now, the very first month, I didn't have the same exact wake up time or like sky logging time, but I learned really quickly that having the same time was very important in terms of consistency. I wanted to make sure that all of the skies had some kind of base starting point. From the beginning, though, one starting point or one consistent thing was that I always faced south. So every single sky within this log faced south, and eventually, starting in February, every single sky was at 7:30 a.m. Most of January was right around 7:30 a.m. Like you have 7:30, 7:31, 7:28, 7:30, so it was about the same time. But from February on exactly, they were all on 7:30 a.m. So that is one consistent thing. I would also log the weather data each day. I put in the date, the time, the temperature, the wind speed, the wind direction, and also notes about visibility. I would list out if it was clear or what the percent cloud cover was. And in the very beginning, I just would put like H clouds, meaning high clouds or heavy rain. I also started to learn over time that it was better to use a percentage of cloudiness with an estimation, because it's a little difficult to look at a note from 6 months ago and see that it says heavy clouds. And what exactly does that mean, right? So I began using like cloudy 80% and eventually just started putting 80% CC for cloud cover as a shorthand. The final bit of weather data that I would do consistently would be to put the alternate location if I was somewhere else. And when I was somewhere else, I would still face south, and I did make sure to do this at 7:30. Or if there was something that was out of the ordinary. For example, on the 18th, there was a sliver of a new moon visible in my viewable part of the sky. So I would notate things like that. When there were bad weather days in terms of air quality, I would also note what the AQI was. So there are some entries in this collection that will show, like AQI of over 100, and those were days when there were fires. So as we zoom through, here are some insights regarding what I learned along the way. Number one, I had no idea how much I would become attuned to the change of color throughout the year. And had I not done this, I don't think I would have really appreciated just the variety that skies alone can produce each day. Now, granted, this exercise was done in the morning, and the evening sky and the nighttime sky, those are all different as well, and those are going to have their own beautiful variations. But just seeing how light things got and how bright things got. I'm going to do a full flip through here. I also learned that finding the same time of day each day as life happens could become difficult. If you are on a plane or on the road or in a bad area and you need to suddenly drop everything and face south at 7:30 a.m., the rigidity could make this a difficult challenge. So moving forward, I'm going to change a couple different things about how I approach this, but the most important thing I learned from this process, if you take out just the observation alone, which was very meaningful to me, was actually how lost I got in this process. I loved painting skies each day. And when I did for just a moment, for about 5 to 10 minutes a day is how long it would take, my mind would kind of go somewhere else. And I would connect with the sky, I would connect with the day, and it became this incredibly meditative exercise that I carried with me into each day. Now, in the future, I'm going to continue to paint skies, but I'm not going to be doing these pages quite like this. What I will be doing, though, this is today, wound up on its own page. What I would like to do is to take the spirit of this exercise, and I would like to paint the sky each day at a non-determined time, just when I'm ready to, write in the weather data right here. And then at the end of that day, I want to flip this card over and I want to write in something that I am grateful for and a highlight from that day. Because I think that gratitude is a huge part of this process for me too. Gratitude for the gifts that we are given each day in our lives and the time that is so precious to us that we are seeking to connect with through nature journaling and these types of practices. So this is what I will be doing moving forward. I hope you will find your own little slices, your own way to connect with nature. You don't have to have pages and pages and pages of weather data, and you don't need to paint skies every single day. You don't have to log anything like this. It can be as simple as doing something like this and tossing it if you want. You don't even have to keep it or show anyone. Remember, it's about the process. It's about the doing. That's the real joy, the connection that you get through that. So happy painting, happy drawing, happy nature journaling. Thank you to those who have tuned in and for your interest. I will share a link to this. I have a whole page dedicated to this process where I show every single page from my windowscapes and talk about the materials I've used and so forth, if you are interested in that sort of thing as well. Thank you again. Take care and happy New Year. Bye-bye.